Hey everybody, and welcome back. My name is Sue and I'm from OML Embroidery, and over there on the computer is Dawn.
Hello.
Hello. So I have sunshine nails today. You guys will see more of it. Isn't
They're
that
very pretty.
stunning? Yeah, they're kind of cool. The color, the background color is called Liquid Sunshine. So there we go.
It kind of is.
Finally, I got around to doing my nails. I've been kind of not lazy, but I've been doing a lot of studying, learning a new quilting technique. So that's what I've been doing. Wow, your nails are brilliant. I love them. Thanks, Jill. Thank you. So, to start off, here is the newest Mylar looking beautiful. Isn't that beautiful? I love it.
It's a big old heart.
Big ol' heart. Love. I love heart. I guess Valentine's Day,
Yeah. It's
almost a
coming up.
month away.
Yep.
So, yeah. I
about
think
that
that
time.
would look good on everything that you do. I think I saw your mom, our mom.
I hope so.
Mom. Hi, Mom.
She said she was going to watch.
Yay. Hi, Mom. Everyone say hi, Mom. So, Mom really liked this, and Mom, I'll be doing one for you in these blue colors. This was just my tester one. I was playing around with how everything looked. And I decided to change it up, and I did a fire colored owl. So these are the two pieces put together, and it is the newest design that I'm doing. But today we're going to be doing something a little differently. Now, when I was creating this, I was a little bit nervous about sewing it together because there are a lot of places that require matching up. And if you look at what I've done, if I had ironed it maybe, you really can't see, even down here, you really can't see where the join is. It sits so flat. So let's look at the back side of it. It is pretty cool. Now I've used a really heavy, I guess it's a 3.0 stabilizer, so everything stays really stiff on it. And it looks pretty good, but the Q is nice little seam here and nicely cut out. So one of my things is I do actually struggle a bit, and I would have struggled for this one. And we want it to be perfect. And if you look here, it's hard to see because they're black, but even the single lines are matched up. Did you notice that, Don?
Yes, I did. I noticed
Sing-
every line matches. These
Single
long
line
motifs.
matched up. And I sewed it twice. I did once because I had the wrong foot and I did my measurements wrong. But this is how I would like to do quilt blocks. And I think it's easier, and I think it's a little more beginner friendly, and you can't get any more perfect than this. So that was my thinking on it. I can do it with all the pins and all the lining up and everything, but I think it just moves all the time, and it's not the perfection. Not that embroidery has to be perfect, but most people who do embroidery like this, we're not the greatest at sewing. I'm getting better. I work hard at it every day. But yeah, this is so pretty. I love it. This is what I worked on over Christmas, just coming up with this design and how to put everything together. So I'm really happy to show you guys how this is done. And all the newest quilt blocks are going to be done this way. I think you guys will love it. I think it's really nice. So yeah, it looks like one piece. Yeah, I know. I know. And you can do this too. That's the idea of it. You can do it too. You know how you see they have professional sewists, like say Anita Good Design. Everything is perfect. Well, it's not the embroiderers sewing it together. It's their professional sewists. Then all they do is So it's interesting. So I thought I'd share with you guys, first of all, Mr. Owl, because I think he's very zen. I don't know what color scheme I like better. I was thinking black to grays would look nice.
Oh yeah. For sure.
Pinks. Now this is a large design. If you noticed all the little itty bitty stitches. So I'm going to work on making it smaller, but what I did so far, it kind of lost like a lot of the wow factor on it. So yeah, blue one, I know the blue one's stunning. Does the owl have a body?
Yeah.
Not yet. Not yet. I will be doing a full owl. I just like his glare. I like his glare. I think he's kind of... This fits in the 8x12 hoop, by the way. So let's go over the layers. So this is cutaway. No tearaway or anything like that. This isn't the no-show mesh. We will be working with the no-show mesh today. But this is just a thicker cutaway. You see how stiff it is? That just really helped for doing it. And batting, just your regular batting in there, and then the fabric. So one of the things I'm going to suggest when we do our outline, to do it in a bright color. Misha says, oh, that would look good on the back of a hoodie. Yeah, it sure the heck would,
oh, yeah,
wouldn't it?
Oh yeah, for sure.
Huh.
Or a jacket back or something, yeah.
You'd have to match it up with the camera or something. Yeah, that would look stunning. But don't forget to change your colors to match whatever you're doing, because it makes the whole design look completely different. I love it. I absolutely love it. I can't decide which one I like best.
I can't either.
So those are the setup for it. That's just normally what we do for sure. So it is hoop your stabilizer, and then there's going to be a placement stitch, put your batting on, trim your batting, or not, you don't actually have to for this, and then put your fabric and stitch it down, and then do your design. So moving forward, the idea of it, you guys will love this. So this is a normal quilt block that we get. We look at the back. This is the no-show stabilizer, and it's awesome. It's easy, nice and soft compared to this one. But this is what we normally get, and normally we would pin right sides together and we would match like this. Okay, I know I'm folding it back, but just to give an example. And pinning and making sure everything's okay. And I thought, yeah, we need to do a little better than that. So this outside line that normally gives us a block that we have to use to square up everything, there's no squaring up, because we're going to cut on that line. And this is what you get once you cut on the line. Let's look at the back. I used white so you can't really see, but basically the line where the stabilizer is trimmed is 1/4 inch from that line to the edge. So this is our cut line, the outside one. So if you're doing something really complicated, that's why I said do it bright. This one I can clearly see what it is. And that is going to give us a perfectly square, perfectly matched up outside and border, and it's going to be really easy to put it together like that. So I'm going to show you how we do it. So this is exactly what I did for the owl. And I was really impressed with the results. I really liked how it worked out. And you can either use a 1/4 inch foot, or you can use the lines. So it's really foolproof is what I'm saying. So this one I cut just to show you guys what it looks like. And this is just to play with, right? It's not a big deal. So I have my cutting board. This is one of the best ones I have. It's a Sue Daly one, and I love it. And a ruler and a rotary cutter. Now you can cut them out by hand, but I wouldn't suggest it. I think this works a lot better. And it's not hard to do because we want to cut right on that line. So it's easy to line everything up, get your ruler straight. And cutting is better standing up, but we're going to just wing it today. Yeah, it's hard to get the weight behind it. But I did. I managed. I'm just used to standing up. So, yes, I know.
Right on the line.
Yeah, right on the line, and it's not there anymore. If you want to cut it just a little over the line, that's fine. Just make sure you do it all the same. So I'll show you what that looks like. So you can see there is a little bit of it left. That seems to work really well. You could take it even further if you wanted to. But again, just make sure you do everything the same way. Everything the same way. So just line it up. Just takes a minute to do this, and you can imagine if you have a bunch of quilt blocks, it's really not going to take you long. And this is squaring up, setting your seam allowance. It's going to save you all of the pinning and everything, and it's going to make it so much easier. So we want nice straight lines. See, this is where it would be super handy to have it in a different color, because you look and the outside line is almost exactly the same, but I know that it is an outside line because I hacked it to death here. So just line it up, push down with one hand, and make sure you have your blade out. And now, see, I did that one perfect. I don't know how well you guys can see that, but see how it's even?
Yep.
I just cut the stitches off, basically. Maybe you can see it better from the back. So now, that was a good cut. Now, look what we have. Perfectly squared up, square, 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 square. And, look at, everything is going to be lined up, except for it looks like I did a spacing mistake. No, I didn't. It's fine. So now, right sides together, and make sure you know what side you're stitching on, and just match it up. The parts that you can see, instead of, digging in there trying to line up everything like we normally do.
Matching the outside visual corners.
Yeah, you're matching, well, all the pieces.
Yeah.
So, I mean, even going like this, right? So, is everyone following me so far? Everyone? Any questions? So, because we cut such straight lines, I mean, just line it up. Just line it up. So, let's see how well I can do it. Let me get some pins. Did you guys see my pin holder I got from Missouri Star?
I love it.
Isn't that cute? I think it's adorable. I don't like the pins. I really like my Tula pink.
Well, you should trade some out.
Maybe. I don't sew as much down here. So, what we want to do, take the pin out of my mouth. What we want to do is line everything up. And this is going to work for any size block that you're doing. It was a lot easier to do with the stiffer cutaway. That's what I'm trying to say. And it's harder to see with the black, but that's okay. We're going to do the best we can. It's hard to see like the layers is what I'm saying, of the black, like to make them match up. So, okay, there. And what I'm going to do, this makes it even better, is that I'm going to pin down here. We just don't want it to move. That's all it is. We don't need to, hold everything in, you know, that sort of thing. We don't need to worry about it. We just want it, you stay where I put it. And once you get really good at it, then you don't actually have to pin it. I did the owl with only pinning part of it, so I got halfway there. And if you have fabric that you can see a little bit easier, I am struggling even with my bright lights going on, and I'm gonna double check because I can, but you don't have to. Now I did do something experimental on this. I made it a little bit smaller at the machine, and I'm wondering if it's gonna affect anything because I don't normally do that, but I stitched these out this morning, so you'll have to forgive me. I don't like how this is coming together, and it's because I can't see. I might have to take my glasses off. Oh, I can see right there. That's better. So, how easy is that though? I think this is gonna save us a lot of work. You know what I found worked better? And I should be doing it. Clips.
Oh, yeah.
Rather than pinning. I find sometimes, that one's okay, but I find sometimes that the pinning moves the fabric.
Yep.
So I'm not struggling because of the technique, I'm struggling because I can't see. So there we go. Have you ever used clips? Yeah, I usually use clips. That's why I had them handy. Did I only really use 2 for? Yeah, I guess. So clips. This is the right tool for the job on this one. I think this is good. I'm so excited. So let's go to the machine, Dawn, and sew it up and see how well I did. I don't know why I can't see the black. I guess it was easier with the other black because it had swirlies in it.
Yeah.
And that made it a lot easier. So, I mean, yeah, just get it comfy for you. So now I've got it lined up in the machine here.
What foot are you using?
I'm just talking. I was just about to say it. So in my machine, I have the 1/4 inch foot, which makes it really easy. So you see on the foot that it has this like barrier thing, and you put the edge right up to it. This is why it is so great. You don't have to have this foot, but I'm going to tell you it really helps. So you see how I have it edged right up? And that's how you keep it straight. So if you ever wanted to know how to keep things straight, there you go. So reverse a little bit there. And I'm just going to do it slowly. Just slowly, but can you see what I'm doing here? Perfect. And this makes it super easy. Now, if you didn't have this foot, you can follow the line. It should be pretty close to 1/4 inch. Hard to see because it's white, but if you're doing it by yourself, I think you could. And trim it up. And you can see pretty straight. I'm a little crooked at the end there, but hopefully it'll be good. Let's go back to the desk. This is the stress of doing live because I changed one thing. Is it going to work? Yes. What do you think?
Looks good.
So to me, that is the way to go. You don't have to trim anything. Now these, you could make it even better by opening up the seam. Opening it up so it's, and you know, a little bit of ironing. So even though I struggled because of the black, I would have just changed my lighting or whatever. It's still matched up. I'm not sure if I could do that otherwise. It would take a lot longer. So this is a time saver. This is easier and user friendly. And even looking at the camera there, do you see the lines? So I lined up running stitches.
Nice. That's awesome.
That's hard to do. That is hard to do for sure. So, okay, I did a little shrinking. I was worried about that, the stresses of live, but it is perfect. And you know what? You could keep going and going and going. And I kind of set aside a long bit of time for the fire owl because I figured I'd have to do it, you know, in little pieces to get it hooked up properly. But this is my new technique. I'm sure other people have done it, but this is what we are going to be doing. And I think it's really going to kick up your embroidery a lot. I think your quilts are going to look better. It's so much easier. The only extra things you need are a ruler and a rotary cutter and a cutting board of any kind. I have a big one over there that I use for it. I find it's a lot easier to stand up and do the cutting, but I still managed. And make sure you can see. Make sure you can see. That's the other thing you need to do. And also, let's take a look. Don't change cameras.
Okay.
I just want to show you this 1/4-inch foot a little bit better. I'm just taking it off of my machine because I'm going to do that anyways. So this is the 1/4-inch foot. This is the shank, but this is the actual foot. And this part right here is,
I'm going to zoom in.
okay, worth its weight of gold, in gold, right here, this part.
The little drop down piece.
Yeah.
Yeah.
This, you push the fabric up to the edge, and again, if you're using stronger cutaway, or thicker, it sure made it easier. And look at that. So this is the foot that you want. It usually comes standard with the machine, but you can always get off-brand ones easily enough. But I love it, and you don't have to have it if you have another foot, or if you only have one foot, that's entirely possible. You just follow the lines. So the sewing lines are still on the back. Again, hard to see because they're white, but they're still there. So yeah, this is, to me, makes it so much easier. So which stabilizer would you recommend for the owl? Depends on what you're making. If I was framing it or doing anything else, I would use the thick stabilizer because it is so incredibly nice and flat. But if you're making something like a pillow or something like that, then you want it softer, and this is much more flexible. But to me, the fire owl, is frameable. I would frame it for sure. 714 is my largest, unless I buy a hoop for split designs. Well, you can always split this design yourself using software for sure. I suppose I could have done that, just divided it that way, for sure. That's my favorite foot. Yes, true. I know. I use it all the time. Makes it a lot easier, Jill Scarsburg says. Yeah, to me, it is just user-friendly. I mean, I couldn't tell you what a 1/4 inch seam allowance is to do it. And this foot, I mean, you can only do one stitch with it. That's the only thing. You can't do any zigzags or anything. Is cool. Cool. Then oh yeah, you always have to be careful with the feet. You don't want to push it too hard, but you can see with this one, let's see, I'll probably show you better here. You can see with the stiffer how much easier it is to keep that straight line. Isn't that cool? I thought it was just like a dream to be doing it. So that is how we are going to be doing quilt blocks. So I guess I'm going to do the instructions probably in green for this part, so you know it is a little bit different. But you can sew like this. And to me, it makes all the difference for sure.
Oh, yeah.
I really like it. And probably what I'll do is I'm going to flatten out the seam here because it's easy to do. And mount it on a piece of cardboard and frame it. That's the easiest way of doing it. So, do you have any questions? Because I have spent the last, well, over the holidays, I guess, learning how to design Welsh quilts. And that's what we're going to be working on. And there's certain aspects of it, but it is basically a whole cloth quilt. So one color, that sort of thing. And this is how we're going to be sewing them together. So that leaves me more freedom in designing because I don't have to worry about making it easier to sew together. I don't have to worry about that because it's easy right up. Let's see. I keep looking at the owl and falling in love with the design. Again, the colors really make it much bigger than the parts. Yeah, for sure. Like I said, I like the glare. Now, let's do this. We can do them in blue, which is stunning. I would love to see what colors you guys use, because I think anything's gonna work. You could throw in some variegated. I don't think it's suitable for bling thread, but you know what? You could try. You could try. Do you have a folder or video showcasing all your finishes? What do you mean finishes? I mean sewing them together? All the pictures on the website are what I've sewn together. So kind of everything.
Nothing put together in one, though.
What do you mean?
I think that's what they're asking, if you have anything put together in one, just showing everything together so they don't click on every page.
Oh, well, you'll find some designs. Make it smaller for us limited hoop people. Alrighty, I'll get on that. I will. I'll get on that for you and see what I can do. It's not going to have the same effect. However, it's still going to look good. Yeah, my apologies. Maybe I'll even split it one more time to see if I can do that. Just cut it across. That would be the best way. I don't know why I didn't think of it, but I didn't. Jill, thank you very much. Thanks for your support. I always appreciate it. We got to make 2023 awesome for sure. And this is the level of designs we are going to be working on stuff like this. So Pamela says, yep, like a grand finale of all your work. I could do that. It's all in my iPhotos for sure. For sure. So, head on over to omlembroidery.com, grab this guy, plan out your colors.
Link to the top of the chat.
Yes. Plan out your colors and stitch. And watch it stitch because it's really cool. And then remember the technique. The outside line is the cutting line. And you'll have edges that look like this. It's kind of weird, but once you match it up, you guys will love doing it because it's all squared up and it's all perfect and it's like 2 seconds. Clip it together, sew it at 1/4 of an inch, and you will be ready to do some Welsh quilting. It's going to be fun. So if you have any questions, then go to the OML Embroidery University Facebook group and ask there. And I really, really would love to see your finished owls. It is priced at, what did I price it at? I can't remember. $5.99. So I keep everything, down low. It's to support the channels so we can get going. Michelle says, can't wait for Welsh quilting. I've taken a couple courses, to be honest with you, and I'm just starting to design my own. I have one, but it's not sticking to the rules enough. It's pretty, but maybe I'll just put that out for people to stitch. Would be fun. So show me your colors. I want to see what you can do with this gorgeous owl, and I will work on splitting the files and put them up just as a separate thing. I can't attach it to the other one, but yeah, come on, show me your owls. I love his glare. Like, he looks like he's looking right through you. Even in the blue, he's like, blah. So this is something a little bit different. Normally we do embroidery. Today we talked about sewing. I hope you guys will find this a lot easier. I hope it'll encourage more people to get doing quilting blocks, because if you're worried about the sewing, you're really not gonna stitch them. And I think this takes all of the worry out. All of it. Super easy. And perfection. If I look on the camera again, I can hardly even see the line where it's split. So step outside of your comfort zone, feel the zen of the owl, and sew it together using this new technique, and show it off for sure. So what material did you use? Material? Oh, it's just regular, what I use for everything, quilter's cotton. Nothing fancy, for sure. This is crappy material, and that's why it looks like that. This was Kona Solids black. So nothing fancy at all. Nothing, for sure. So give the video a like too, please. We want to keep up with that. 2023, I'm hoping we can make some progress. Wednesday, we are going to have another class recorded video on lettering, and we're going to get a little more advanced. So if you haven't checked out that video, go and review it. It's going to be a lot of fun. We're going to get some really fancy. Robin says, would scuba work? Yes. Yes, you can use scuba fabric for anything. I bought some specifically for the Welsh quilting. So that's what I'm going to be using for the Welsh quilting. But just regular quilting cotton, for sure, it's good. So try a new technique. Think that's easy enough, Don? Did I explain it well?
I actually think I could probably do it and have it turn out as well.
Perfectly perfect.
Awesome.
I love that. That's what I'm looking for to show off my embroidery.
Oh, yeah.
The better you sew it together, the better it looks.
When it's all together, honestly, a lot of people don't notice the little offset in it. But when you can do it perfectly like that, it's 1,000 times better.
I'm pretty sure, though, if this was off, that you'd notice it a little bit.
Yeah, it's pretty detailed.
I absolutely, you can't even see on the beak. You can't even see where it's joined.
You can't see any seam.
Yeah, which is awesome. So, thanks everyone for watching. I hope you guys like this video. Again, step out of your comfort zone. Try something different. I think you guys will be really excited how this comes together. And I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye, everyone.
Bye.
Oh, I love this owl.